cheating will be subject to dismissal.
We're hearing from the Hillsborough County Sheriff for the first time as officials investigate an academic cheating scandal within his department.
You know, we're not going to jam a project down anyone's throat. It's being carefully planned.
Residents in Bartow raising concerns over a proposed housing development, the latest ahead of the zoning commission meeting right now at 6.
From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 6 o'clock news.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Allie Corey.
And I'm Chris Cato in for Mark Wilson. First up here at 6, the boat owner charged in the deadly collision with the Clearwater Ferry is now a step closer to going to trial. Jeffry Knight was in court today for his first pretrial hearing. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer was there and tells us what's next in this case.
We now know that Jeffry Knight's trial is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. We just don't know when that trial might take place, but we do know he's expected back in court in January.
Mr. Knight, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Those are the only 2 words spoken by Jeffry Knight during his first pretrial hearing Monday. Knight let his attorney do the rest of the talking. For now, the focus is on preparing for trial and reviewing a lot of evidence.
There's 190 witnesses, a couple terabytes of discoveries.
Investigators say Knight was behind the wheel of his boat when it crashed into the back of the Clearwater Ferry in April. The accident killed 1 passenger, 41-year-old Jose Castro, and injured 10 others. Knight's lawyer, Kevin Hazlett, told the judge he's waiting to access the boats involved in the crash.
I got to coordinate with my folks to get out there and get it on the water to test it, reenact it.
In August, Knight pleaded not guilty to 8 felony charges accusing him of leaving the scene. Authorities have said he started heading home after the crash before he was stopped by deputies. But his attorney disputed those claims and says Knight stayed to help. It's unclear how many of the 45 ferry passengers will be asked to testify.
There are at least two passengers on the ferry that were not listed as victims. Those are out-of-state folks, and then there are the Coast Guard folks who are kind of all over the world, honestly.
A search warrant indicates one of Knight's lights was not displayed on his boat. The captain of the ferry was also charged for failing to have a working stern light. Meanwhile, Knight was the owner of Janice Live in St. Pete, but stepped down days after the crash. And Knight's next pretrial hearing is tentatively scheduled for January 12th. In Pinellas County, Aaron Mesmer, Fox 13 News.
Aaron, thank you. The man charged with shooting at another driver in downtown Tampa last week is now facing more charges. Deputies say following his arrest last Wednesday, Kevin Areola struck a deputy while being booked into jail. He's now charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. That's on top of attempted murder after he allegedly fired several shots at a woman as she sat in her car on Kennedy Boulevard near the Hillsborough County Courthouse. Areola was scheduled to appear in court today, but his attorney waived his appearance because of an existing pretrial detention order. The defense continues to frame this as a mental health case. Areola is being held without bond.
Well, 6 high-ranking officials with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office are off the force. They're linked to an investigation into academic cheating. Some of them resigned while others were fired. Fox 13's Kylie Jones has the latest.
The sheriff says they left no stone unturned with this investigation. While he said the actions of some of his now former command staff were wrong and a moment of poor judgment, he said they weren't malicious. In July, a tip revealed screenshots of emails between Chief Deputy Anthony Collins and a so-called paper writer named Robert Rausch. Chronister says Collins admitted that Rausch wrote papers as part of his coursework for the FBI National Academy. Collins resigned before a formal investigation could be launched. But HCSO later launched a broader internal investigation into academic dishonesty. Chronister says his investigators flew to New Hampshire where Rausch lived. Rausch reportedly admitted to writing papers for other academic coursework for 6 HCSO employees. The sheriff says more than 6,000 pages of emails, files, and other information revealed conversations between these top officials and Rausch. In some cases, discussing assignments. Other data showed Rausch authored papers for other academic courses. Captain Laura Rivera and Colonels Christopher Rule and Michael Hannaford resigned. Captains Zuli Stearns and Marvin Johnson were fired.
They paid with their careers. Their careers in law enforcement are over. every single person had the opportunity to resign. The two that I terminated made a decision that they were going to continue to go through the process. They wanted to come into internal affairs. They thought it wasn't as egregious as I felt, and they thought that they could win or make sure the allegations against them were not sustained.
Chronister was asked why not bring in an outside agency to investigate this. He said agencies like the FBI and FDLE wouldn't have access to any more information than the sheriff's office did, and added this wasn't a criminal matter. The sheriff says this type of coursework was a factor, but not the sole qualification in making someone eligible for a promotion. During this investigation, the sheriff's office got a separate complaint about double dipping, clocking hours at HCSO and off-duty hours at the same time. The sheriff says Major James Jackson was found to be in violation of several procedures and to have accepted gratuities. Jackson did retire, but the sheriff says he would have been terminated. In Tampa, Kylie Jones, Fox 13 News.
Kylie, thank you. Tonight, the city of Bartow will be reviewing plans for a massive new community that's gotten some pushback from concerned homeowners.
If approved, more than 2,000 homes will be built on Emily Springs. That's north of State Road 60 in Peace Creek. Fox 13's Carla Byron spoke with its developer, who is addressing the main concerns.
More than 2,000 homes would be built in the more than 900-acre community of Emily Springs, north of State Road 60 and Peace Creek. Dave Waronker, its developer, says the single-family homes would not be built all at once.
This is going to be an 8 to 10 year build out. So every year, you'll see more homes, 200 homes, 300 homes will be built. So it's not all coming at once.
Homeowners in the area have expressed concerns about traffic, roads, and infrastructure.
It's in the thousands of cars every day coming in and out.
My key concerns are to improve the roads, improve our utilities, our public services before population growth.
Waronker says the community's impact on residents will be minimal as it's situated between non-residential areas. Additionally, his company will be in charge of building the roads.
Out Highway 60, there'll be 2 bridges actually over the Peace River or Peace Creek, which will be constructed by us at our expense. So we'll handle the traffic infrastructure ourselves. So that shouldn't be an issue. No homes get built until the infrastructure is in place.
As far as school overcrowding concerns, Waronker says the impact fees generated over the life of the project will be $65 million, the majority towards school impact fees. Additionally, the property is part of a large comprehensive plan that has 2 school sites planned directly across the street.
Well, there will be a fire station built right on our property in phase 1. In addition, we're leaving 2 locations at the end of our phase 4 on Highway 60 that we can donate to the city for an EMT station if it's needed, a police substation if it's needed.
He adds they're doing their part to make this project work.
We're not going to jam a project down anyone's throat. It's being carefully planned, and it'll be carefully built. And we'll find out that it's going to be a major plus to the city and the county.
In Bartow, Carla Byron, Fox 13 News.
Well, during tonight's planning and zoning meeting, a recommendation will be made to the city commissioners, who will then host a first and second hearing on the project. Still a lot more to come this half hour, including the latest on President Trump's visit to Asia.
Yeah, the president is preparing to hold trade and tariff talks with China. We'll have more on that coming up at 6:30. Also ahead, Central Florida homes are on edge. Literally, some of them after heavy rain washed out neighborhoods and roads. We'll look at the state of emergencies declared for Lake and Brevard counties coming up.
But first, Jamaica bracing for impact of Hurricane Melissa.